What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 167th edition of the Sports Reality. My name is Jeremy John, aka the fourth greatest Grenadian of all time, aka the Lil Wayne of podcasts, because I will get on any podcast and hit it with the J train. Let's welcome my co-host, Cousin BigThad. BigThad, what's going on with you?
I'm good. Am I supposed to turn my microphone up now?
Yeah. Turn it back up. Turn it back up. Yeah, now put it back to the normal levels. Yes.
Okay.
What's going on, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We still on this IG Live also for a little bit. Just to let y'all know. Go over to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it's good, man. Good week. You know what I'm saying? I was going to take off tomorrow because I got a wedding on Saturday and I got to travel to it. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna be the good team player and work tomorrow. So yeah, it kind of shortens my my plans on the other side of the bridge. But yeah, man, everything's good. You know what I'm saying? Just finished watching a new TV show that I haven't seen in a while. Well, I haven't seen it at all before. I didn't even know about it. But it was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 seasons. I saw it on Netflix. Realized it's season 3, so I gotta go to my other streaming platform and watch season 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Manifest.
I was just about to ask you, like, what show you talking about?
Yeah, it gives me.
I assume that's a sci-fi.
Yeah. It gives me Lost vibes. You remember Lost?
So I never watched Lost. But
of course you didn't.
No, see, you can't say that. I'm bad with movies, not TV shows.
Oh man.
Usually I'm pretty good with TV shows to an extent. But the thing was, Lost was going on at the same time 24 was going on for that kind of period. Not the entire time, but they overlapped for a little bit.
Yo, all of you on IG right now, we're on YouTube. Go to YouTube, the Sports Reality.
Yep.
We'll be live. We're live there.
Yep. Because we will be ending the IG Live. I just want to say thank you for those who are on Instagram Live right now.
Thank you.
But transition over to the YouTube link. Go to our bio, hit the watch link, or just type in the Sports Reality Podcast in YouTube, and you will see us there. Subscribe and hit the like button. We will be ending the Instagram Live in 10 seconds because we just got someone come in. Captain Fatch, join us over at YouTube. Join us over there on YouTube right there. The Sports Reality Podcast will be ending the IG.
That might be Uncle Michael, yo.
Hey, oh yeah, that is
Uncle Michael.
That is. Now I see the page.
Uncle Fats.
Oh man. Yep. Move on over to YouTube.
YouTube,
Sports Reality Podcast. That's our YouTube channel. You'll get the entire show there. Thank you for those who are on Instagram Live. And we'll be ending that shortly right now. BigThad though.
Yeah, that's Uncle Michael. He's in Dominica right now.
Hey.
Yeah, Dominica, not the Dominican Republic, folks.
Dominica, yes.
Dominica. But so that TV show Manifest, man, gives me those Lost vibes. So, but it's pretty dope though. I ain't gonna lie. There goes my soca playing in the background. You see, every time, you know what I'm saying, you get off the live, then your IG like feed pops up, and of course, if there's music or whatever, it just comes on right away, son.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it's been a good week, man. It's been a good week. How about you?
Man, it's going fine, man. You know, the workload is a little less, so that's always good.
Good.
I'm going to try to go to the golf range tomorrow.
Perfect.
Try and get some practice in. And then I think next week I'm going to get the courage to actually step onto the basketball court. You know, shoot some hoops.
Okay.
You know, my ankle feels lovely right now after, you know, getting those the proper orthotics from my feet.
Gotcha.
My ankles feel lovely.
Right.
They don't feel sore. They don't feel like when I get up in the morning, it doesn't take me forever to walk.
Right.
So they feel good. So I'm gonna go to the basketball court next week.
So
Got a basketball from Costco. It was only $20.
What?
Indoor outdoor basketball, an NBA one. So yeah,
Was
man.
it Wilson? Was it still Wilson, or did
It was the Spalding one. I remember we spoke about that.
Yeah. So who told me that? I think it might have been. I can't remember who told me that. Either somebody told me, or it was like a post or something about
Derek. I think I should probably to prove to you all how good or bad I am after not playing basketball now for 16 months. I should probably record myself pulling up to the park and do an IG live so you all can see, so no one can say, "Oh, you just scripted that." As soon as you made it, you were just like, "That's the first shot." No, I should probably do that. Should definitely do that. Do Instagram live as I pull up to the court, walk onto the court, take my first jumper. We will see, man, how well I am after, like I said, 16 months.
It's been a lot longer for me on the court, son. A lot longer.
When's the last time you played basketball?
Oh man.
When's the last time you played competitively? Either
competitive
like pick
team
up
ball?
Yeah, something where you actually like, nah, I'm trying to win this game.
Competitive team ball. It might have been. It's been at least 10 years.
Yikes!
At least. At least. My man Derek said 18.
I don't know if Derek is saying
he's talking about
18
college.
Years?
He's talking college. He's literally talking college right now, I think. Because I don't even think I played way after that. I played it's been about 12 years, I want to say.
Yikes.
Yeah. And that was after not playing for like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Harold's been telling me don't step on that floor. He's like, yo, you haven't been playing in a while. Ooh. He's like, don't do it. Harold tore his. This was way before the pandemic. We were actually playing on the same basketball team, okay. And then he played in another league like the next day, and first game he had ruptured his Achilles and was like, I'm done. I'm not stepping on a basketball court anymore. So I've been trying to get him back onto the court before the pandemic hit. And then we were supposed to play flag football. He's like, you know what? I think I can actually do flag football. And then the pandemic hit. So
I I need to get myself in the gym, man. It's just motivation to get myself in the gym. Like I want to get, I'm all about it, but then it's the motivation factor of actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I feel you.
I need to get back in the gym before I decide to get back on the court. I'm sure the J's still wet though, but you know what I'm saying? It's been a while. Might be a little rusty. It got so bad. Look, this is what it is. It got so bad, I would be like just tired, like overly tired because, being out of shape or whatever. And then the J's are just wet. You know what I'm saying? But when I first starting out, it's complete rusty. But like when it's time for me to like wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm done playing. Then the J's start getting wet. So, I don't know. It's weird. This is a weird thing.
Yep. We got a lot to get into for this week's show. We are going to get into the NBA Finals, recap what has happened in the NBA Finals. For many of you all that know, the Milwaukee Bucks are now the NBA champions. We'll get into that. We will discuss the NFL memo on COVID-19. That just dropped today for the NFL players. We'll also get into the Summer Olympic Games, which has started technically, but will start officially on Saturday. Opening ceremonies will be tomorrow. We'll also get to Deion Sanders, Jeff Bezos going to space, and for our Reddit topic of the week, we will discuss the bust, stars, and sleepers of the first round of the 2013 NFL Draft. We'll get into all of that. Of course, have our Reddit topic of the week and our Chump and Champ of the week. Just want to remind you all to subscribe to the podcast where podcasts are available, and that includes Anchor, Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn. If you're watching this now, you're probably watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. You can subscribe to any of those platforms. Subscribe, leave a review, pass the word to those who like podcasts, even if they're not into sports. Those who like podcasts, because we do have the sports free zone, so they can get a little bit of everything in this podcast. Let's now get into the NBA. Big Thad, I remember what my prediction was. I had the Suns winning.
Yeah.
In 7 games. What was your prediction?
I think it was Suns in 6.
Oh, okay.
For
so
me,
we both had Suns. Okay.
Yeah. I think we both had Suns. We might have to go back to the tape on that because I don't think I had Milwaukee winning. The way the series started out, I didn't have Milwaukee winning. I was basing it off that, so didn't work out too well. But yeah, yeah.
Yep. The Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champions. They ended up winning the series in 6 games. Let's go back, though, to Game 5, which was on last Saturday. That was, before we even get down to the 2 games since our last live stream, did you enjoy this NBA Finals?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think it's, and I know a lot of people listening and watching right now are probably like, it was kind of dry because, the usual suspects weren't in it. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I said last week, it's weird just LeBron not being in the playoffs or like a KD or Steph. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm listening as I adjust myself.
Having Chris Paul be there is like, oh, okay, cool. It's Chris Paul. Now we had a new story. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Chris Paul going to win the championship finally? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's Giannis. Are the Bucks going to fail again? You know what I'm saying? As we've had them like consistently the past couple of years as like the contender out of the East to win it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was dry. I think a lot of people did think it was Suns in 4. Yeah, that didn't work.
Especially after those first 2 games.
Right. And then after Homeboy saying Suns in 4 after beating up Homeboy. So, yeah. I think everybody had it for a little while, and then it just changed on us. You know what I'm saying? It really changed on us. And I think it was just a good series altogether, regardless of, Suns losing 4 in a row pretty much. But, yeah.
Every game was competitive.
Yeah.
That's the first time I could say that in years.
Yeah.
Where every game was competitive. Let's go to game 5, which was last Saturday. Bucks won 123-119. That game was in Phoenix, Arizona. Real nip and tuck game. You had the real back and forth. The Bucks ended up getting a sizable lead.
Yeah.
But then we had the Suns start coming back behind Chris Paul, really. Chris Paul started to bring them back in the game. And at one point it's like, okay, Suns, they should they had one play where before that play you had Chris Paul, he had a very clutch bucket.
Yeah.
And that made it near a 1-possession game. And then the Bucks definitely they squandered the opportunity to extend the lead.
Yeah.
And that's something that I guess one of the criticisms for the Bucks, even though they won, that they had moments of like where they just squandered chances late in the game.
Right. They let Phoenix stay in it. You know what I'm saying?
But that Devin Booker, and I'm gonna try and bring up that play for you all so you can see what happened in that play. But Devin Booker had a chance at winning the game.
Yeah.
Had a chance at winning the game, got stopped, got stripped by Drew Holiday. And then the epic play here, the alley-oop. How impressive was that alley-oop, Big Thad?
Very impressive. One, that he completed it, but two, that he didn't get injured on that play.
Yeah.
Where Chris Paul pushing. That was actually a dumb foul in my mind.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say, because Giannis was struggling from the free throw line.
I mean, the thing is with me, you gave them the chance to add more points to the lead by doing that foul. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on. Let me go back and see what the score was.
That's what I was about to say. Check and see what the score was.
So when he completed the alley-oop attempt, it got it to push the lead to 3. This could be Chris Paul's logic. I'm going to try and foul him hard so he can't even score, but Giannis is so strong he ended up scoring.
Yeah,
and that's why he
should have pushed him way before. He should have pushed him way before the ball even got there. You know what I'm saying? He actually pushed him late.
I feel like it's too much to even put on Chris Paul on that because someone else should have been coming down the floor.
Oh yeah, by far.
He was literally just him back there.
Because I think everybody thought they were just gonna hold the ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they thought he was gonna throw it up there, but he was like, "Yo, Giannis was calling for it, so I just threw it up there."
Yeah, that was just wild. Like, very impressive. It's gonna be one of those alley oops that for the rest of the time, we're going to be seeing highlights of that. We also then game 6 in Milwaukee on Tuesday. The Bucks won 105-98, and Giannis Antetokounmpo 50-point performance in a closeout NBA Finals game.
Yeah,
in a win.
Yeah.
At halftime, I'm kind of like, yo, Giannis is balling, but I'm kind of thinking like he's gonna run out of, the game's gonna get tighter, and because at halftime, I think he had. Let me try and double check and see what he had, but I feel like he only had like 17 or 18 at halftime, and just took all 50 points, 14 rebounds in that game.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton added 17 points, but 2 crucial buckets in the fourth quarter. Drew Holiday had 12 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 rebound shy of a triple-double, and 4 steals. When it comes to the Suns, Devin Booker had 19. Chris Paul had 26, 5 and 2. 26 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and
how many turnovers?
He had 3 turnovers, but those turnovers were early though.
Right, gotcha.
So to put that in context of how he played near the end of the game, Giannis though, let's stick with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He wins the game, 50-point performance. We saw what he did all through the postseason. Right. I think he led in scoring for the entire postseason. And then his average was also one of the highest averages for the postseason. He is the finals MVP. We know what the automatic question was. Literally, the game finished. Less than 5 minutes, you start seeing tweets and memes and everything. Does this championship is it more valuable than Kevin Durant's 2 championships in Golden State? And it's crazy that I hate these comparisons, but because it was the topic of conversation, I feel like we have to address it. So, where does this, do you think Giannis's 1 finals championship and finals MVP is better than Kevin Durant's 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs with the Warriors?
A side of me wants to say yes. And it's more so because when you compare the 2 teams, I think this is more. How can I say it? It's more of an impact in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Than those Golden State teams. You know what I'm saying? This is a Milwaukee team with, like, if you compared the two teams together, that Milwaukee team would get wiped across the floor. You know what I'm saying? So I think this has a little bit more impact to the NBA, mostly because it being Milwaukee, for one. I mean, the crowd outside of the stadium was more than was in the stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess it's because of that whole small market thing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think it kind of, it's not a big edge on KD. I mean, it's right there. Like, it's, you know, a turn of a key. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the Golden State makeup at that team compared to this makeup here. Like, who thought Robin? It was Robin, right? Not Brooke.
That's Brooke.
That's on this team. Brooke's on this team.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Robin's
so
with the Wizards.
Okay. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so yeah. Who would ever thought that Brooke Lopez would have a ring?
Especially a few years ago.
You know? Yeah. So I would kind of put it up there. I'll give him a little edge on that, just because of the team makeup more than anything.
All right. After this season, the regular season, postseason, finals, is Giannis Antetokounmpo the best player in the NBA right now?
Nah. He played amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best player on that team by far. But in the NBA, nah. I would give him, he's definitely top 10 for sure. But no, I couldn't say he's the best player in the NBA right now.
I would say for me to say that he's the best player in the NBA is he has to play at this level for next season. I'm not even saying they have to win a title. He just has to play at this level for another season and be, who he was in this finals. And the reason I say that is I still believe LeBron James is the best basketball player in the league. And I feel like this season was a season that was riddled with injury with LeBron James. And I feel like you can't give it up after 1 year. And this isn't just a LeBron James thing. This is with all the greats. I mean, just because when LeBron started to take over the NBA, like really take over the NBA, there was a guy by the name of Kobe Bryant, and I didn't automatically just say, oh well, you know, he's had this MVP year. Now it's his turn. No, he got to do it for at least 2 years. At least 2 years where he plays at a level that is superior to LeBron James. Now, some people may say, well, Jeremy, you thought that Giannis was the MVP last season, which he was. He's a 2-time MVP and a defensive player of the year.
Right.
Let's now get this one in the all-time stratosphere. Is he already better than greats like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley and Kevin Garnett?
I'd say definitely over Karl Malone. I had to put him above Barkley too, just because Barkley doesn't have a ring. And Barkley really wasn't as dominant, even though he had an MVP year. KD, he's not above KD yet on that spear. You know what I'm saying? He's not above KD yet there. Even though I did say that his win of the championship was more impactful. But I wouldn't say when he's above KD yet. I mean, yeah. I mean, KD balled out this season too. But of course, they out the playoffs. But nah, you gotta give me the whole package. You know what I'm saying? But he's right there. He's right there with a lot of those greats right now.
Now
his dominance.
Now, BigThad, you and I will be doing, in honor of the 75th NBA season coming up, we will be doing the top 75 NBA players of all time. I will say this without revealing much of my list. How I'm going to determine the differences between current and former players, I'm going to have to imagine that Giannis, for some reason, can't play basketball anymore.
Okay.
And then place him wherever. Like, if Giannis were to retire right now,
right,
where does he stand among the greats who have played already? And I have to say this. I don't think I could put him over Karl Malone or Charles yet, simply because he has a championship. Now, he has 2 MVPs, which Charles has 1 and Malone has 1. I am going to also put this into the equation, Karl Malone scoring, Charles Barkley scoring, the eye test, things like that. I would have to say, as of July 22nd, 2021, Giannis is not there. However, excuse me, I would have to say that he's not far off. He's not far off from being from being better than them. What do you have to say about that?
No, I like that. I like how you gonna approach it. I think that defensive player is the point that puts him above those two in my list. Yeah, I mean, no, I like what your approach is, man.
My bad.
No, you good. I was like, whoa.
My bad.
But nah, I definitely like your approach to it, and I can't fault you on how you feel about those 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just can't, as of right now. I think it's just a lot of prisoner of the moment. Whoever's the hottest guy out at the moment, you can't, put him there. But I don't think he's that far off. I don't think he's that far off, and he's 26 years old, or 26 years old. I believe that playing the way he is, he's going to surpass those guys. Like, I do believe at the trajectory that he is, we have to start thinking that Giannis has the capability of being a top 10 NBA player of all time. I think he has the capability. Now, is it going to happen? We will have to see. Do I think it will happen? I think it will happen. But there's some things that has to occur for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, he dominated this series, 50-point game to close out the series. Giannis does need to work on a post move that's outside of just bullying. Because after a while, that's not going to work. And I know someone's going to say, how can you say that after he won an NBA title this way?
Because the rules are going to change soon enough.
Rules are going to change. Also, teams are going to adapt. And yeah, man, it's not conducive for him to have a long-lasting career, because after a while, there's going to be a beating on him. Even though he is the guy who is giving beatings right now, it's going to draw unnecessary harm to his body. So I think he's going to have to still work on at least some post move, a finesse post move.
Work a little bit more on his mid-range. Even though his mid-range is not terrible.
No, I think it's fine for his position.
But if he's gonna start shooting threes and stuff like that, his mid range is gonna get better, which is gonna improve his 3-point range. But I'm still trying to figure this whole foul shooting thing. I don't know if he's just if he's a bad foul shooter, or is just the fact that he takes so long doing it that makes it look bad. I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird.
I think Giannis he needs to come to us during the summer, because free throws are my thing. And he does not bend his knees. He does not like truly follow through. It's like it's all muscle.
I got you.
All arms, forearms. And yes, I understand he already has big hands, and that's the thing that messes up these professional athletes, I believe. They are physically so gifted that they start relying on
Just
those
on
gifts.
Right. I feel you. He's still a better shooter than Ben Simmons, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and Ben Simmons during the NBA season, because on the off season, for some reason, he looks very good as a shooter. So, I don't know.
Yeah, man. I'm about to put that question out for those who are watching right now about who is better. Is Giannis Antetokounmpo already better than Karl Malone and Charles Barkley? Like I said, I don't think he is as of right now, but I think he is going to surpass them in the greatest of all time ranking. Let us know what you all think, and we will we'll put your comments up on the stream, and we will converse that way. Other news in the NBA: the Washington Wizards have a new head coach.
Perfect.
Wes Unseld Jr., son of the great Wes Unseld, the late Wes Unseld. He was last the assistant coach for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Thad, are you happy with the hiring?
I'm kind of. Oh man, I have no feeling on it. Be honest with you. Yeah, he's Wes Unseld's son. Yeah, I guess he's put in work as a coach, but I literally know nothing about him. Like nothing. I honestly, when they said Wes Unseld Jr., I didn't even know where he was an assistant coach at until I started actually somewhat pay attention to the final. You know, when they were going down to the final two coaches' favorites, and it said Wes Unseld Jr., and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know Wes Unseld. Then they said Denver Nuggets assistant. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. But then I heard, was it Jokic?
Yeah.
Jokic was a little disappointed that he might be leaving.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I mean, if Jokic is saying there must be something good about him, if Jokic is saying that he didn't really want him to leave.
Yeah, you know man. I do hear that he is a they say he's a player's coach, but he holds them accountable.
Yeah, I did see some reports saying that he did talk to Bill and Westbrook, and basically they said that Westbrook and Bill basically told him that they want to be held accountable, and we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see.
Nah, man. Yeah, we'll see how that lasts. But
because those players, they always say stuff like that, and the next thing you know, yeah.
I think seeing someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo win in a small market now gives all these teams kind of little hope that if they just really get stuff in order, they'll have a chance. And Washington is not a small market. It's actually considered a large market when it comes to sports.
But the team is just the team makeup
operates like it's a small.
Right. They operate very weirdly,
and
that's what that's all. But you know what? We all know why that is.
Why is that, Big Thad?
Ernie Grunfeld.
Perfect.
For years making terrible moves. And it's just like now we realize that we have two star players. All right. We have, I would say two good developing players.
Mm-hmm.
A journeyman of sorts. And then the rest of the team is just stragglers of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like Ish Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd never liked this game. You know what I'm saying? I think he was so much like from watching film. I've seen him. He looked better in college, but I still don't think he was that good. Anyway,
Where'd he go to college?
I think it was like Wake Forest or Georgia Tech, something like that.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. See,
I don't know where you went to school. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Ish Smith.
I think it was.
I just feel like he was just in the league all of a sudden.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, Wake Forest. I honestly don't remember him at Wake Forest.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like Wake Forest was a good team at that time either. So,
I mean, I understand.
Nobody really paid attention to him.
I understand we as Terps fans were already in the Big East at that time, but I honestly don't remember.
We were in the ACC, sir, at that time.
Not in 2013.
No, we were in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You said Big
East,
East,
so but that still isn't an excuse for me to not remember him. I honestly don't remember him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, he wasn't.
I just feel like he appeared in the NBA. Just like one day, I'm like, oh, this guy Ish Smith. Okay, he's with Detroit. I believe it was Detroit. He was with.
You sure it wasn't a G League?
I mean, I'm gonna look it up again.
You gotta look that up, man, because
I
know
like
what was it,
Hutchinson in Detroit.
Was it Hutchinson and whatnot? And them came over.
Hutchinson was with the Bulls.
Oh, with the Bulls.
So Ish Smith.
Where did he come?
He was at least on a roster with the Houston Rockets, at least at some point. He played a whole year with the Rockets, actually. He was with the Warriors. He was on their roster for a whole year.
When was that?
Let me actually go through the...
I don't think... You sure you're not mixing him with Quinn?
Nah, it said... Hold on. It says after going undrafted, he signed with the Rockets.
Okay.
He was assigned to the G League team in January of 2011.
Mm.
He was recalled back just 7 days later, reassigned back February 1st, and recalled February 7th. Okay. He was then traded to the Grizzlies with Shane Battier. I honestly don't even remember. Oh, yeah, that's how Shane Battier. Okay, I kind of remember that. Then he was claimed off waivers by the Warriors.
Okay.
He actually played like... Oh, he was waived January 13, 2012. Less than a month, he was signed by the Orlando Magic. He re-signed with the Magic, then was traded to the Bucks.
Wow.
Then
I don't remember him being on any of these teams.
Then he was with the Suns. He was with the Rockets again. He was with for preseason, but then signed with the Thunder. Man, I don't even remember this.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
That's what I'm saying.
How many damn teams is he played for? Philadelphia. The Pelicans is honestly where I think I kind of remember him.
He's been in the league 10 years.
Then now that I'm thinking about it, he has been in the league for 10 years. It just happened. Because I didn't really put that together. Came in the league 2010.
Wow.
Then with okay. Now that I see Pelicans, I kind of remember that. But yeah, he was with Philly again for a year during one of the Trust the Process years, and then Detroit 2016 to 19. That was the longest he was on a team. Those 3 years, and I believe those were like his. I believe those were the 3 years I caught the eye of the Wizards, and then he's been with the Wizards now for 2 seasons.
Right.
And I bet you his numbers with the actually his best scoring year was 2015-16 with the 76ers, but it was the 76ers. Yeah, that was, like I said, one of the trust the process years. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought he only been in the league like 2 or 3 years.
Who would have thought we would have been talking about Ish Smith for a little bit? Yeah. Back to the Wizards, though. I've said this numerous times, and I'm gonna say it again on this podcast. The Wizards this season had better talent than the Atlanta Hawks this year.
Yeah.
And we saw what the Hawks did. Got
Right.
to the Eastern Conference Finals with a team that isn't really experienced. Like, think about it. Trae Young never been to the playoffs.
Right. Porter, the whole team.
Herter never been to the playoffs. John Collins never been to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bogdan Bogdanovic never been to the playoffs.
Yeah, their whole team ain't never been to the playoffs.
Yeah, Lou Williams has been there, and
Chicken wing.
Danilo Gallinari, and
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and-
yeah,
but those were bench guys.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they may help in the locker room, but those are bench guys.
Right.
The Wizards had Russell Westbrook, who had one of the best seasons a point guard can have.
Yeah.
And say what you want that the Wizards were the 8th seed. They were in the 8th seed because of performances by Russell Westbrook.
right.
Like, they would have been a lot worse. Bradley Beal had another great year.
Yep.
You know, you have the young guys like Rui Hachimura, who a lot of people were expecting more, but he had an okay year. Denny Avdia, who got drafted, which I believe he was being misused under Scott Brooks' system. We'll see how he plays with this new system. But and real quick with Denny Avdia, I believe he needs to be in a rotation where at some point he is the point guard.
I got you.
Because that's what he was known for in Israel.
Right.
Being a big point guard.
Right.
Like, he's 6'9", can handle the rock and pass. He needs to be in a rotation where he can be that guy. You know, have a rotation where it's him as the point guard, Russ on the off guard, Beal at the 3. You can put Ruri, and then have Gafford.
Yeah.
Or Bertans. You know, now with Bertans in the lineup, I know you're giving up on the defensive end, but that could be a rotation for 2 to 3 minutes to get some points real quick to get up and down the floor. So yeah, man, that's just something I think for sure Wes Unseld needs to do. If this team plays better defense with the talent that they have, I don't see why they can't make it to the second round with this roster.
Right.
I don't see. And if you get a right matchup, you never know. Maybe you are in the Eastern Conference Finals next year. I mean, that's not too much for me when you have Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. So,
what draft pick we got? Do we have one?
I believe we have. We should.
Or was that the Wall trade?
You know what? No, I don't know. Let me look up the 2021 NBA draft order.
We should be. Well, I want to say we were like 13.
I don't know if that trade was. So we're 15th. We do have a pick.
We're 15th. Okay, 15th.
So we're literally right outside. Literally the first non-lottery pick.
Okay, so I was kind of good on the outside. All right, cool.
I believe the John Wall pick will be next year. That's why I believe we got a hit on this one.
Because it was a protected.
I believe I can't really remember the details of that.
Yeah,
Real quick.
It was definitely protected. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Laker news. Space Jam. You mentioned you didn't watch it. I was supposed to watch it. Haven't had a chance to. I watched it this weekend.
I saw the preview.
Look, based on just what I think is going to happen, I believe if we're just talking about acting, LeBron James is a better actor than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I give him that.
We know the CGI is going to be crazy for this movie. But the one thing that we're seeing, it's getting a lot of bad reviews.
You know why it is.
Yeah. Why is it big? I'll let you answer.
One, LeBron haters for one.
Mm-hmm.
2, they're trying to compare it to the original Space Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the people that watch Space Jam, they're all in their 30s and 40s now. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, yo. It's a new Space Jam. LeBron's doing it. First of all, it's just going to look better than the old one, for one. But you just got, it's Space Jam. He's not trying to be Michael Jordan. He's not trying to do this. It's for kids, yo.
Yeah.
It's a freaking cartoon for kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand us old heads or old-ish heads. You know what I'm saying? We saw Space Jam as kids and whatnot. Yeah, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But remember, we were kids at the time when we saw this. It wasn't our parents like, yo, we need to go see Space Jam. No, not at all. It was the kids. It's all about the kids. Same like this one. It's for the kids. Stop it.
Yeah, man. Just enjoy it as a movie. Enjoy it. If you have young kids, watch it with them. If you have young kids, play the original Space Jam and then play, this one, so they can actually see Michael Jordan, because we're now into a second generation that doesn't know Michael Jordan on the basketball court.
Right.
Like we have cousins who are in college that never saw Michael Jordan play basketball.
Nope.
So
wait. We have cousins in college right now?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Roman is, in college.
Oh, yeah. That's right. But see, Roman's Roman. You know what I'm saying? Like
Roman, we have Milan.
Roman's just Roman.
They're in college, and they don't remember Michael Jordan.
No.
They kind of heard he played with the Wizards, but they don't even they don't even remember that.
Nah.
Yeah, so we're almost 2 generations into people not seeing Michael Jordan play basketball. So
that's true.
Watch it if you have a chance to watch the original and watch the one with LeBron. Also, LeBron is the first NBA player to be a billionaire.
Yeah. Yep.
As an active player.
As an active athlete.
Woo!
Yeah, I think.
Congratulations.
I think KD's not too far behind.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's like 500 mil, somewhere around there. So he's still behind. He's behind LeBron for sure. Mm-hmm. They say Giannis, with this championship and whatnot, it might jump him kind of close to KD and surpass Steph right now.
Yeah, that's
upcoming stuff, which is kind of weird to me. Maybe it's because it's Under Armour. He has an Under Armour deal that's not too great. Maybe.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of wild. But then again,
see right there. Look at the comment right there. I've never seen MJ play basketball.
Wow.
See right there. College student right there.
Terrible.
A live game. Never. Never seen him play. So yeah, man.
It's kind of wild.
It sounds wild to us.
He probably never saw the original Mortal Kombat.
Even I saw that movie.
Yeah, of course.
I don't really remember everything, but I saw it.
I mean, you saw the original Jungle Book. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I wish
that was your joint, son.
What? I was watching that until the VHS died like a few years ago. Jungle Book. Look, I gotta check to see if my Disney Plus account is still active. So maybe I should just watch that with Joaquin. Maybe I have to see if he likes it. I don't know.
The original or the next one? The
original.
The one I
don't think he's gonna like this new one.
Yeah. It's weird because I watched the new Mary Poppins with Jack the other day, and I was like, "What is this?" You know what I'm saying? And I realized it was Mary Poppins. So like, as soon as it was done, he came up to me like, hit me. It was like, "Yo," and just pointed at the screen. Like he grabbed the remote and everything and gave it to me. He was like, "Yo, screen."
Put it back on.
Right. Turn it on, right? He's like, movie's over. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I know that's what he's saying in his mind, but that wasn't what came out of his mouth. But so I put it on the original Mary Poppins, and I caught myself singing along to it and everything, dude. The good movies, man. But yeah, so I feel you on that. He might not like the new Jungle Book because that's more live action.
Yeah.
Well, not, yeah. He probably won't.
Let's now get to the NFL. The NFL dropped a memo on its players.
Yep.
To discuss what is going to happen with the new COVID-19 protocols Thad, what were some of the highlights that you remember? I have the article up, but I was just asking you.
I think if I remember correctly, because I know I sent it to you, but I didn't really actually look at it. But I know they were saying, like, if a team can't make up a game in a timely manner, like, it's not going to be shifted to like a next week or a following week or something like that. They're going to end up forfeiting that game. If it's because the team has COVID and whatnot. And I'm like, so basically the NFL is basically telling y'all, it's like, yo, just get vaccinated and you're good. You understand?
So from the memo, it says, quote, we do not anticipate adding a 19th week to accommodate games that cannot be rescheduled within the current 18 weeks of the regular season. While there were a number of COVID-related postponements last season, the memo makes it clear that the NFL is not keen on postponing and rescheduling many or perhaps any games in 2021. If a game is postponed and rescheduled due to COVID-19 outbreak among unvaccinated players, the team with the outbreak is responsible for shouldering any additional financial burden. If a game cannot be rescheduled within the 18-week season, it has to be canceled due to a COVID outbreak among unvaccinated players. The penalties are serious. It said the team with the outbreak will forfeit the game and will be deemed to have played 16 games for the purpose of draft and waiver priority, etc. You already mentioned this. The playoff seeding, the forfeiting team will take a loss for the canceled game, and the other team will be credited with a win. The team with the outbreak will be responsible for covering all additional expenses incurred by the other team. The commissioner has a right to punish the team with the outbreak, especially if the outbreak is due to failure to follow protocols, and players on both teams will not be paid for the canceled game, a policy the NFL and NFLPA already agreed on last season. So my biggest gripe is that, but once again, the NFLPA screws themselves over and over again. Like that, I don't understand why the PA for the NFL is spineless. Like, come on. How can you agree that if there's no game that you're just not going to get paid?
Right.
Like, come on. And we didn't know this, but it was obviously agreed upon last year that both teams are going to get penalized if one team is responsible for an outbreak. Now, here's the funny thing. The article continues to explain the rest of the memo. It says, however, if a game is canceled or postponed due to a COVID outbreak among vaccinated players, the memo says the NFL will, quote, will attempt to minimize the competitive and economic burden on both participating teams.
So basically what they're saying is get vaccinated. Plain and simple. If you want to get paid, you want to play the game, or you want to get paid, get vaccinated. That's what they're saying. Plain and simple right there. And the NFLPA signed all of that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add on to what you said. Basically, they're also saying, look, we have a vaccine now compared to last year. Right. Get it? Because we know that you can still get COVID as a vaccinated person, but we're not dealing with the widespread outbreaks from unvaccinated people who just chose not to.
Right.
So they're like, nah, the ball is in your court now.
Yep.
There are some teams that have already pretty well vaccinated. Every team in the NFL, they're what they call their tier 1 and tier 2 staff are 100% vaccinated. Those are like your owners, your front office execs, and other people within the building. Right. I think half of the league has teams that are 80% vaccinated, and that's the benchmark that they pretty much wanted. Try to get 80%. Guess who are among the other teams that are not up to that threshold, BigThad?
Cowboys.
Perfect. Who's another team?
Probably the Washington football team.
Yes. I believe last I checked, Washington is something like 15% or like 20% are vaccinated.
I don't understand it, yo. I really don't understand it because I just really don't understand it, bro. Like, they're literally, y'all have known about this since last year that this stuff has been signed. So now it comes to this, it's going to be your fault. Your fault that you lose money. Your fault that your team loses a game because of an outbreak. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're literally telling you if you're unvaccinated, they're not helping you. But if you're vaccinated, we're going to help you and try to do all the accommodations to make sure that you don't lose a game or you don't lose money, just as long as you go get vaccinated. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like not like they haven't brought people to the teams to discuss everything about these vaccines, you know, and they're to answer your questions. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's just, you're just a fool at this point. That's how I see it.
I'll always say this. I understand there might be apprehension that, hey, the vaccine just came out of nowhere, which isn't true, but I understand why someone would think that, because you don't, we wouldn't know that.
You don't know. Yeah,
they've been doing mRNA vaccines for decades now.
Right.
And that once they found the right protein that can combat with the virus, that they can, you know, come up with one. So I understand that. I understand the historical aspect of being a person of color, which most of these players are in the NFL, and being apprehensive to the medical system, things like that. I understand all of that. I learned something today, though. In the NFL, to be an NFL player, you have to be pretty much vaccinated for everything.
So what's the problem?
Chickenpox, Tdap, tetanus, polio, measles.
That means you got the flu
mumps.
shot, all that.
Oh, the flu shot is mandatory also?
That's what I'm saying.
For NFL players?
So what's the problem? Y'all been taking vaccines all this time. You've been taking vaccines that some people haven't ever taken in their life. But all of a sudden we got a problem with COVID vaccine?
And Derek makes a great point. I think it's BS, honestly. Why don't they just mandate it? This is discriminatory in nature. And yes, it's the NFL is, like I said, they're trying to say, hey, it's on you now.
Yep.
These are your choices. You want to do it or not. But if you know,
but
if
we don't want to mandate it on you.
Yeah, we don't want to force it, but we're gonna force it. And I think that's another thing. I wish the NFL would have just said, hey, you gotta do it. I think what happened was they weren't able to put literally COVID-19 into the collective bargaining agreement because they signed that before the pandemic. But you know, in 8 more years, it's going to be in there.
Oh, for sure.
That word COVID-19 is going to definitely be in there.
COVID-19. Watch, it's going to be COVID-19 and what other
they gonna put they gonna put swine flu, they gonna put Zika,
and then it was like for unnamed stuff too,
or future pandemic,
future pandemic, viral, whatever.
Yep, they gonna put all of that in there in the next one. Oh man, but yeah, when I found that out and someone mentioned it, and I actually went and looked it up, I said, hold on, so you gotta be vaccinated for all of this just to be in the NFL?
Yeah,
and based on what I saw, it wasn't really clear, but it kind of made it seem like you couldn't use religion as a reason to not be vaccinated also. So it's like, okay, why is this the one?
Right.
You know, that there's so much pushback. But yes, ultimately, I do believe the NFL was still messy because they could have sent this out months ago.
They just sent it out last year when they signed it.
2 teams are in training camp already.
Right.
And the rest of the league is going to be next week. Logistically,
I think they just put it out publicly. I think all the teams already knew, though. They just now put it out publicly.
You have some people. Think about this: if you're unvaccinated, let's say you get a vaccine today, you gotta based on how they do it now. I think it's 3 weeks before you get the second one. I know at first when we definitely did it was a month, but that was because of supply. Right. Now there's at the moment an abundance of supply, so I think
ample supply.
So I think it's 3 weeks is the earliest you could do it, and even with they even now said research said you could go as much as 8 weeks before you need the second one. So yeah, that's where we are right now with this. And logistically, like I said, it's gonna look weird because it's gonna cause problems. Because think about it: if you're unvaccinated, you got to get the vaccine now. You don't get the second dose, and then it's 30 days from the second dose. No, sorry, 2 weeks from the second dosage where you're fully vaccinated. So, talking about what? 5-6 weeks?
Yeah.
We're going to have preseason games.
You're
going to be competing with your teammates.
Yeah.
You're going to be around fans.
It's going to cause a problem it's going to be a lot of in-team problems. I can tell you that already.
What's the over? Let's set the over under to 3.5 games. Are you going over or under cancellations due to COVID-19?
Ooh. I'm going to go over.
Oh, man. I hope not, man. But this Delta variant,
that's
one
what I'm
thing
saying.
They're saying it's not necessarily more deadly to vaccinated people. It's just more the transmission rate is exponentially higher.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it, a problem that even among vaccinated people, it can cause them to spread it faster. And then with it spreading, you have the threat of mutations again. We had tweet from what's his name, DeAndre Hopkins. He said, "Never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL."
Come on, bro.
He ain't going nowhere.
Who are you talking about? It's not like the NFL's going to change it for you. Your Players Association signed this, bro. It's not like you didn't know.
It's an evil world we live in.
Now you want to say you never thought? They were talking about this last year, bro. It's not like you, and especially you're D-Hop. They obviously went to you. They might not have went to the person that's number 52 on the team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They obviously went to you and told you about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't even know.
I gotta look at the rundown, make sure. Cowboys, their training camp opened.
We don't care. This is your Dallas Cowboys.
It is the Dallas Cowboys. Now that you reminded me, I'm just out of spite going to play that drop.
That's what I thought you were gonna. That's why I said it.
Nope. I wasn't going to. But.
Hey, I thought you'd at least do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have. Can you next episode play the old Redskins theme song?
Well, we can't play
just once.
Can't play Redskins. That slur. Sorry, I should put a dump button now for that.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We can edit out the Redskins part.
How we gonna do? Hail to the beep? Is that what we're gonna do?
You might as well, right? Just play the go-go version. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they say Redskins in it. Maybe. I don't know. Did you see the meme about that they should change the name to the Washington Monuments?
Oh, jeez.
So they could be called the Washington Moes. And if you don't understand what Moes mean, that means you're
not from the DMV.
You're not from here.
Yes, you as the gatekeeper should definitely let people know what that means.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? That's for those people from Columbia and North. You know what I'm saying? I know he's watching.
You about to start drama.
Well, my man D's from DC, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Let's now get into Major League Baseball.
What we got?
Starlin Castro of the Nationals.
Ooh.
He is suspended indefinitely for domestic violence. And the Nationals have already come out and said that they do not anticipate keeping him on. I'm laughing at what Derek just said.
Said boo, Mo. Yo, wasn't it nah, go ahead, because I got to actually ask you about something with the Nationals.
Yeah, it was he's being accused of domestic violence, so he's on that administrative leave similar to Trevor Bauer, and the Nationals have already come out and said he will not be on the team. Other news with the Nationals, there was a shooting outside Nationals Park on Saturday night. 3 people were shot and wounded. As of last I've heard, I believe all 3 victims should be fine. And I believe, I haven't really watched local news in the last 2 days, but I believe the suspect is still at large. It happened literally right when they were going in between innings, in the middle of the inning, and loud bangs several times. People didn't know if it was within the stadium because it happened right on the street, on South Capitol Street.
Right.
And with all the buildings, that noise definitely echoes, bounce off of everywhere.
Right.
People got scared. Some people even ran onto the field and went into the dugout to hide. You had people who tried to take cover and then after a while try to run out the stadium.
Worst thing they could ever do.
Well, yes. The stadium officials urged people to stay within the stadium until they realized what it was. They controlled the situation and then said they suspended the game, and then they resumed it the very next day. Now, you had a lot of people within the area who were shocked that something like this can happen outside Nationals Park. And I'm sitting here like,
you ain't from here.
You're not from here then. Or you moved here less than 10 years ago.
Yeah. For sure,
because
if you from the area, you know where Nats Park is. That was all hood right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like across the street, it's still hood.
Yes, on the southwest side. Yes,
it's still hood on that
side. And Nats Park is still in southeast.
It's still southeast. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not making light of the situation.
No, definitely
that
not.
happened, but let's just be honest. Yeah. The people who are just shocked that there was violence in D.C., a city that was once the murder capital of the United States of America, I don't understand how you could sit here and be shocked that something...
Because they built up the city a bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they built up the city a bit. They made some stuff expensive. And then, it looks prettier now in certain areas. Mm-hmm. But a lot of those areas that are prettier now was definitely hood. For sure.
Yep.
Like, I know I used to go to, there was a concert venue over there. There was a strip club right next door.
What was? Hold on. There was the Nations was out there, right?
Nations was there. Yep. Nations
I never went because I wasn't old enough at the time when they do eminent domain, so I didn't have a chance to.
Nations was right there. There was a strip club right next to that joint, which
what was the name of that one? I just know older folks say that there was a strip club.
Yeah. I be honest with you, I can't remember the name. It's been that long. I don't even know if I actually went into it. But yeah, it was right there. The strip club right there next to a concert joint. So you left out the concert, went right to the strip club, good to go. That McDonald's was probably like the worst McDonald's.
That McDonald's was bad.
In D.C.
That one was bad.
I think the one on New York Avenue, in town New York Avenue, is right behind it. I think, was that 12th in New York right there?
Yes.
Yeah. How you in the middle of downtown DC, all these buildings, and that's a
2-story McDonald's.
Yo, and it was the worst, bruh. It was the worst.
Oh man. People really don't remember, or they weren't in the area when the Nats just got there in 2010.
Nah.
And how like there was nothing around the stadium.
Oh, nothing at all.
It was you went to the game and you went back home.
Yeah. It was,
nothing was there.
What you saying there now is the come up. That's what that is. What was I gonna say? I know it had to do with the Nationals. Man. Nah, I can't even think of it right now. All right, go on.
Other news in baseball. Did you see that wacky play with the Mets and the Pirates over the weekend?
No, I did not. I heard there was some wacky play, but I never went and actually investigated it.
Oh, man. This is the first inning of that game. Already 3 runs given up and chopper to left field. The pitcher knocks it out because he thinks it's foul. But the umpire actually says, no, it is fair. So he has to now run and get the ball, end up scoring 3 runs on a chopper that should have been a foul.
Wow.
So at the end of the first inning, 6-0 Pirates.
And they were all sitting there looking at it.
Yeah, because they all thought it was foul and they started arguing with the ump. And, you know, my thing is he should have picked it up instead of knocking it.
Yeah.
So that happened. 6 runs in the first inning. But guess what?
What?
The Mets still won.
That's crazy. Crazy.
The Mets still won that game. Let's now get to our quick hitters. BigThad, are you ready for the summer games in Tokyo?
Yeah. Oh, no, not really. Not really. I thought about it. Like, be honest with you, up until the other day, I put up a tweet. I'm like, yo, like, the men's team, they just need to say they're not coming. You know what I'm saying? Then it was like, who was it? Who was it us? It was, I forgot who else it was. It was like another player, and then I was like, yo, all U.S. team players just need to say they're not going to Tokyo because everybody's looking like trash.
Yeah, but already has 60 total athletes in the Olympic Village tested positive for COVID-19. So an opening ceremony start tomorrow.
Yo, did you hear about the condom thing?
Well, I think I know where this is going because it comes up every time. But go ahead.
No, they so every Olympics they give out condoms. Mm-hmm. You know, for everybody to practice safe sex and all that. Well, this time they put it out. They were like, yeah, so we're giving you all the condoms, and we know usually this is what it is, but we're like, don't use them because we don't want y'all to have contact with each other because of COVID. Yeah. So they were like, yeah, just keep it as a souvenir.
Also, talking about condoms, have you seen that Facebook commercial with DeMarcus Cousins and Trojan condoms?
Nope. I would never watch a Trojan commercial with DeMarcus Cousins.
It makes no sense, like the commercial, because it's a condom commercial, but he's talking about rehabbing his Achilles.
What? Wow.
It's so weird. It's like, so are you selling condoms or are you talking about your exercise? I don't know which one you're
right.
But talking about that, they have someone put out a tweet and said how the Olympic Village beds are made of cardboard, and they're saying this was done to limit the contact between people and limit the amount of sex between these athletes. Well, that's not necessarily true. The plan for these cardboard beds had been in the works since before the pandemic, and it was just a more environmental friendly approach that after this Olympics they can just recycle everything instead of trying to figure out what they do with thousands of furniture.
Right.
They had one athlete that said, this is not stopping us. Number one, we're athletes. If we want to do what we want to do, we'll find places to do what we want to do. And then the athlete started jumping up and down on the bed and was like, look, if I could do this, we can do what we want on this bed. Other news, Megyn Kelly from NBC said that Naomi Osaka is not really having mental health issues because she finds time to do magazine spreads and interviews. And then Osaka came back, was pretty much shot back at her and then blocked her on social media. And then people came out and said, you do realize that these photo shoots were done over a year ago, Not like she's doing them right now. And either way, if she's doing them right now, it's her prerogative. But like she said, at that time, she needed to take a break from the game, and she'll actually be at the Olympics doing singles tennis at the Olympics.
Oh, so she's doing it. Coco's not.
Yes, Coco Gauff tested positive for.
So we lost Jeremy, but so Coco Gauff got tested positive for COVID, and she won't be participating. Trying to think of what else. Who else on the Olympic scale?
I hit the wrong button, so
You're
back.
Good.
But I was saying Coco Gauff.
I just went back on Coco Gauff. You know what I'm saying?
I had a whole conversation, didn't realize I knocked myself out. Coco Gauff, though, is like you said. You probably said it while I was gone. Positive for COVID-19, so she will not be there. Other news in sports for our quick hitter segment. It was media day in the SWAC, and we all know that Deion Sanders, this is going to be his second year as the head coach of Jackson State football. Yeah. And they had their media day, and this incident happened at media day.
You're up.
Hey, Deion, was just wondering if you could...
hold on. Let's back up a little bit. You don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Deion now, okay?
I call Nick Saban Nick.
You don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lie. If you call Nick Nick, you know you'll get cussed out on the spot. So don't do that to me. Treat me like Nick.
Okay, Deion.
So, what do you have to say about that, then?
Look, he pretty much told him straight up, like, don't call me Deion, call me Coach.
Mm-hmm. You know hold on. Did he say that?
No, he said call him, treat him like Nick would be treated.
Okay,
basically, and in most circles and most reporters do call Nick Coach. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. So call me Coach. I'm the coach of the team. I don't know you. I'm telling you, after the first brain, he let the first go. But when he tells you, hey, don't call me by my first name, that should have been it right there. Okay, fine. I'm not going to call you Deion. I'm going to call you Coach Sanders or Mr. Sanders or what, or just Coach in general. But he still went off on just saying Deion again. Now, I did read something up that guy, supposedly, he responded saying that he does talk to all these coaches by their first name. He talks to players by their first names also. You know, it's that whether he has a relationship with them or not, you know what I'm saying, he does call each of them by their first names. But when somebody's telling you, don't call me by my first name, don't call them by the first name. It's not that hard.
I would say this.
I think the Deion smile and laugh kind of threw him off. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Deion's just joking, so I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.
I'll say this. He did say, "Call me by my last name or coach," without saying it. And and then, like you just said about the reporter, he is known for calling all coaches and players by their first name. So, because this is what he does. Look, usually I would be like, yeah, bro, you got to call him, put some respect on Deion's name or Coach Sanders' name. But the fact that he said, call me like you would call Nick Saban, and he said, okay, I call Nick, so I'm going to call you Deion. They both had a point in the situation, and Deion stormed off. It's his prerogative to do. I don't think he was immature. I just think it was a big... both of them, it was a big miscommunication, if anything.
Oh, by far. But Deion did also go to another virtual interview right after that. So, yeah. Everybody thought that he just like stormed off and that was it. Yeah. No, he just went. He said, "Forget you, dude. I'm going to the next one."
Now, Deion has had it feels like almost every week during the season last year, there was something that came up with him.
Yeah.
And then another thing. Overall, I think he's still going to be fine for Jackson State and for the SWAC and things like that. But
he's doing some big moves, man.
Yeah,
he's doing some real big moves. It's a good plus for SWAC and also HBCUs also.
Yeah, I just it was a big miscommunication, if anything. Let's now get to our champ and chump of the week. We celebrate those who do well.
Wow, winning.
And criticize those who don't.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
It's our champ.
Let's go, champ!
And chump.
Now this guy's a chump.
Of the week.
That cracks me up every single time.
Oh man. Big Thad.
Yes, sir.
Who's your champ of the week?
My champ of the week is Sue Bird.
Baby, want a champ.
So Sue Bird's going for her 5th gold medal in the Olympics. Her 5th. And also she is carrying out the U.S. flag at the opening ceremony. So shout out to Sue Bird, yo. Like that, what's that, 20 years? Will technically be 21 years because they moved the Olympics up. Yeah.
No,
is that right?
Hold on, it would have been. So you said it's the 5th. So 20. It was supposed to be 20th, 16, 12,
or
8, 2004. So 2004, and that makes sense with her college career. Yeah, 2004 would have been the first one that she would have been in. That makes sense.
That's crazy, man.
Yep. Side note, did you know that they had the expansion draft for the Seattle Kraken yesterday?
Oh, that's what I saw today. Because I saw Beast Mode like announcing somebody's name. And the guy was I think his name is Callie. And it just so happened, Beast Mode, so Callie. But he announced it, and I was like, why is he announcing this person? Like, who is this person? I didn't realize that's what it was. It was expansion.
Sue Bird also made an announcement.
It's all it seemed like all Seattle sports.
Gary Payton, Sean Kemp.
Yeah,
a lot of Seattle representatives were there. It was a good thing, actually. Good production by ESPN. I'm glad ESPN's getting back with hockey. I think that was one of the worst things for ESPN. For the NHL. That
I would think so.
They ended their contract with ESPN, and then they went to
NBC.
They were all over the place. Remember, they were on
Masson and NBC.
Not even that. What was it turned into NBC Sports Net, but what was it? Versus? Not Versus. I don't know. It was a weird channel that you didn't even think hockey came on, but they were on there. And then obviously NBC took over.
Oh yeah.
What was that channel?
I can't remember what the name of the channel was.
It was some weird channel.
It was on the box though. It was on the cable box.
Anyways, back to your champ of the week. Sue Bird is your champ of the week.
Yeah.
My champ of the week goes to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Baby want a champ.
I mean, when you have a performance like you have, and you end up winning, and you win with the small market that everyone has just somehow fallen into, just saying, well, you can't win in a small market.
Right.
As if LeBron James didn't win in Cleveland.
Right.
As if small market teams have never won. Yes, lately, because people have teamed up in large markets.
Right.
But when you think about it, when it comes to the large markets, LA, New York, Miami, Houston, Chicago,
they haven't been doing much.
They haven't been doing much until someone went there. LeBron had to go to LA for the Lakers to be relevant. Lakers weren't relevant since 2010 when you think about it.
Yeah.
When it came to postseason success, didn't win a series for years until LeBron James got there. The Clippers were the Clippers until Chris Paul got there. The Knicks haven't gotten anyone there.
Nope.
And they're the Knicks. It took Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving going to Brooklyn for at least Brooklyn to bounce back. Miami, it took LeBron teaming up with Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade wins the championship in 2006. Dwayne Wade doesn't win a series in the postseason until LeBron James gets there in 2010.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why the large markets were doing well is because players were choosing to get there, with the exception of Golden State Warriors. They built it organically.
Yeah.
And, you know, they are a large market because it's the Bay Area, but the team was trash for decades.
Do we say Dallas? Dallas is what?
Dallas, I'll say it's a big market.
It's a big market.
It's that big, medium, kind of, I'll say it's big because of the Cowboys. Let's be real.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Basketball-wise.
Basketball-wise, I mean, they still get the residuals because of the Cowboys, because the media, the amount of media personalities there, media coverage, they get that. But I bet you if the Cowboys were playing in Austin and they were known as the Austin Cowboys, I mean, the Dallas Mavericks. Or San Antonio, the Dallas Mavericks wouldn't be getting as much publicity nationwide or much coverage when it comes to sports in general. But I mean, Dallas is kind of like Washington. Yeah, we got the coverage, but you know, other things are stopping the team from you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, back to Giannis. They said you couldn't win there for years, couldn't win, and then now here you are, you won. Yep. Anyways, BigThad, who's your chump of the week?
Devin Booker.
Cause you're a chump.
Why is Devin Booker your chump of the week?
He's my chump. Because he lost the NBA Finals, but he now got to play on the team with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday at the Olympics. That's why he's a chump.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got to deal with those two.
Got to get on a flight.
On a flight.
Tomorrow or today?
Yeah, it's either today or tomorrow. To
get over there. 13-hour flight.
With them.
Oh, that conversation. Oh.
It's got to suck. And that's why you're the chump.
Jeez. My chump of the week goes to the NFL Players Association.
Cause you're a chump.
Because we found out today that last year they agreed to, if a game is canceled due to COVID-19, that both teams don't get paid, even if one team is really responsible for the outbreaks. Oh, man. Hilarious. So, yeah, the NFLPA, you are the chump of the week. Let's now get into our sports-free zone. Jeff Bezos went to space this week. The first manned mission for his space company. What is it? Blue
Orion or Blue?
Yeah, something like that.
Blue Unity, something like that. I don't know.
Something bogus.
Yeah, it should have just been called Blue Amazon or something like that, and got it over with.
Anyway, so the woman's name, which I didn't know was a woman because they kept on saying Wally Funk. So Wally, I'm like, okay, that's a man's name, but they're like, no, she's a woman. She wanted to be she was 80 something years old. Yeah. She wanted to be an astronaut at a time when they weren't even allowing women to be astronauts. So she was given the chance to go to space. It was Jeff Bezos' brother and a teenager, an 18-year-old who had won the opportunity to go into space.
Nah, he didn't win it. The one who won it couldn't make it.
Wow.
So he was picked next.
Wow.
Like, yo, how you win something and then you just can't make it? Like, bro, what?
Wow.
I'm not going up. But bro, I'm not going up to space with Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Why not?
Not happening. Because it could have been a chance.
A chance for what?
I don't make it back.
Come on, Amazon's reliable, yo. Amazon is reliable.
until they tell you, oh, we're running late. Then you don't know when your package is coming. But it's cool though.
Amazon's reliable, man.
But I will give Bezos credit though. He's funny. You know what I'm saying? He basically he literally thanked the employees and Amazon customers. It's like, yo, I think y'all, the customers and employees, because y'all the reason why this is happening. Your money made this happen. I'm just
I don't even know how to feel about that, because it's like, yeah, you're right. And like, as soon as I finish recording, I need to go on Amazon and buy something for my computer. So I'm like, yeah, I should probably do that. Amazon is like,
yeah.
Amazon is like it's the epitome of that Russell Westbrook meme where he's eating the hot dog on the bench, where it's like, you don't want people to know you're eating a hot dog on the bench,
right? Because
you're not supposed to be eating on the bench. And it's almost like, yeah, Amazon as a business, it's not really great for the workers, but you're kind of like, I need my stuff and I need it now, though.
Right.
You know, like this free 2-day shipping or 1 day or same day shipping. I mean, this is important to me. It's kind of like a necessary evil, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, man. Would you, if you had the money, would you go to space on his space shuttle?
If I had the money.
Yes.
Now, when you say if I had the money, are you saying if I was just rich like Bezos rich, or I think we lost him again. Oh, there he is. So are you talking if I had Bezos money rich, or are you talking about if I just had enough to go?
No, I mean like you're wealthy where
it's not.
You don't
really
even have to be
Bezos
rich. You could just be like. It's
not gonna really affect me that much.
You could be like Bradley Beal rich, where you could be like, hey, I can just spend a few $100,000 to go to space.
Oh, because it's not going to be a couple $100,000.
I mean, isn't that what it is right now?
No,
what is it right now?
A couple million, bruh.
It's a couple million?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you're Bradley Beal. You know, you signed a Supermax. You know, and you're just like, yo, I just want to.
If I decided to spend $2 million just to go to space, my mother would smack the crap out of me, yo. Perfect. And I'm a grown man. She's like, what do you mean you can spend $2 million? You just spent $2 million so you could go to ride up in a spaceship. Not even a spaceship, a rocket owned by Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spent that much money to go up there, possibly die, and come back down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if there was something for me to do up there for a little bit, but it almost feels like it's a waste of time, a waste of money, if I'm going to just ride with Jeff Bezos up to the edge of the earth and come back down. You know what I'm saying?
The entire mission, let me tell you how fast this mission was. I was in line at Chick-fil-A, and let's be real. Y'all know how fast Chick-fil-A lines move.
Yeah.
I ordered my food and I didn't even get my meal yet. And they had already went up
And came
in there
back.
2 or 3 minutes and then came back to
Yeah. Because
Now-
they're not going into space. They're going right to the edge
Yep.
of the atmosphere.
Where they say 62 miles above the Earth's surface,
Yeah.
which is they said, which by the way was
It's quick to get up there.
Yeah, which by the way they said it was 9 miles further than where Richard Branson. Look, if I'm Richard Branson, I'm mad. You know how long Richard Branson has been trying to go to space? Richard Branson was trying to go to space since I was in middle school.
Yeah. And he got
He
Virgin,
just went there
Virgin
last
Airlines,
week.
Just now. Like just now. And then Bezos does it like a couple days later.
Bezos in a few years just did his thing. Same thing with Elon Musk with SpaceX. He was just like, yeah, let me let me just go to space now. Richard Branson, he's a broke boy among us.
Branson's been doing stuff for years, and then finally got enough money to make it happen. And Bezos and them just decided, hey, okay, let's go.
And Branson had a couple accidents along the way.
Right.
Like a pilot died in one of their test flights. Yeah, man. Richard Branson he's the peasant of the group.
Don't be rude.
Do you know how rich you gotta be?
Yeah, dog. Bezos divorced his wife, son, gave her half, and he still is worth $500 billion.
It's an evil world we live in.
Come on, bro. $500 billion. I think he's worth more than that now. But he gave his wife half, son.
Rightfully, because she helped start the company too.
and still made out with $500 billion. Come on, bro. Like, what were you gonna do? Like, be honest with you. If you and your wife were worth, if you were worth $1 trillion, like, what were you gonna like? What he's doing right now is he's hardly spending money though. That's the thing. He's still worth all this money, and he has enough money to just have a spaceship and a joint that right there in Houston next to NASA doing all this stuff. Like, just off the random, just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. And still have money, bruh. Like, and money that he'll probably never spend by the time he dies. Not gonna happen.
Now NASA needs to somehow.
How is NASA falling behind?
Because
it really seems like NASA is falling behind everybody else.
So this is the third time, by the way, as I wear a NASA shirt. This is the first manned mission, but I believe it was the third or fourth mission that he's done.
Right,
and they've used the same capsule and booster to go up there.
Right.
Because it's all renewable.
Right. Yeah.
The booster went up, it came down, and landed in the spot that they thought it was going to land.
Yeah.
When you think about NASA, those things just drop out in the ocean, and you got to go get it.
Right. They just randomly just drop, and they don't even know which part of the ocean it's going to go to. They just know it's going to be in the ocean somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Then they go up, and when it comes back down, it's just like, and they never use the same shuttle.
Yeah.
Never use the same shuttle.
Never use the same boosters.
Yeah, like what?
I think the shuttles they do every once in a while, but they don't last long.
Nah. Man, you could maybe get another one out of there.
Man, those some broke boys over at NASA.
Yeah. All that money they got to give away, you know what I'm saying? But y'all still broke. I don't get it.
Other news outside of sports, there was a city council event that happened. Take a listen to how this played out at a city council meeting.
The N-word. Let's get to the N-word.
I mean, I know I'm black.
Do we have a house in here?
Oh.
Do we? Hey, do we? Would she please stand up?
Y'all are seeing this, right? Camera. That's what Miss Freeman was called.
That's what the mayor called her. What do y'all think about that? Huh? Y'all like that?
He told my husband he is rich and can live anywhere he wants to. This was after he belittled Terrence and said only.
So
who was calling who the?
That was one of the council members calling another council member.
Oh, I thought it was the dude standing at the podium they were talking to.
Nah, it was the woman
why does that
all the way
look
at the end, the black woman at the end of the show. And that was her that was crying as the video before I ended it, due to YouTube copyrights can't play it too long.
But I've seen Jebediah standing there at the podium. I was like, he's just standing there.
Yo, he said that
know what was going on.
He said that so like casual.
Yeah. And where was that?
It was in Alabama.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense though.
And there was like one or two people that were like, whoa.
Right.
Like, brother, can't say that. Can't say that.
Even Jebediah was standing there like.
He was shook. He was kind of like. Now,
he just didn't know what to do.
It apparently stemmed from that guy, Bryant, who said that they were talking about Bryant's wife, who had said racist things on her Facebook page. So they were basically, it was a long meeting. I didn't watch the meeting, but when I read the article, it was a long council member meeting. And they were complaining that this council member, who's a known council member, has a wife that is putting out racist things. And I know it's not the wife who's the council member, but it doesn't look good.
It was the N-word, y'all. It was the N-word.
And then,
if you're listening,
and then, the council member ends up calling someone a house N-word, and is now they're trying to get him out of his seat, but he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna run for mayor in the next election." Jeez, these racist folks, man.
So messy.
You see, the Republicans are pushing the vaccinations.
They're pushing for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Governor DeSantis is urging Florida unvaccinated residents to get the vaccine because the numbers are getting crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Even Fox News anchors are encouraging their viewers to get vaccinated. Fox and Friends, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, I think I heard it today. They were talking about they were saying doctors are telling people, like, if you can, please just avoid Florida.
Yeah.
I was like, well, the smart people have been avoiding Florida since last year. But
remember a few weeks ago, California put Florida as a restricted area for their state employees.
Damn.
And they're like, if you're a state employee, you cannot go to Florida.
Well, I guess I'm not going to see moms anytime soon.
Oh my goodness! But
unless I drive down there. See, if I drive down there, I can avoid people. You know what I mean? But if I fly down there, I can't avoid nobody.
Here's the thing: when you drive down there, then you got to stop at rest stops. You got to go in public bathrooms. And, once you leave PG County, it's like a pandemic don't exist in some of these places. Oh man, but yeah, man, Fox News was even trying to push the vaccine.
That's surprising. Very surprising.
The only person that I did not see was what's his name? Tucker Carlson, of course. That lame-o.
Don't be rude.
He was out there. He hasn't really said anything on his show, but Trump is still trying to still saying that he's a possibility that he could be president later this year.
Yeah. I mean, Pence seems like he's trying to run too, so we'll see how that goes. But yo, before we go to the next joint, you forgot to bring up about Maria.
Maria who?
Oh no, what's her last name? ESPN.
Yeah,
ESPN.
Yes,
well,
we can talk about that a little later. Yes. Yeah. You remember? Yes.
I'm surprised we just passed that one. I'm surprised.
Definitely forgot that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, whew.
Yeah.
Yep. Guess who's coming out with an album later today or at midnight? Or it might be out now. I think if you have Apple Music, I don't know. Guess who's coming out?
Album?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Andre 3000, so I don't even care.
Halfway, take a few.
Who is it? Kendrick finally?
No, man. I actually gave you a hint earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like 5 seconds ago.
Wait. Not Trump?
No.
Halfway, take a.
Oh, baby?
No.
The baby? Oh.
Halfway, take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye, man. Kanye.
I don't care about Kanye.
Kanye is coming out with an album.
Is it another Bible album?
Okay, so did you see it was literally the first commercial break during the NBA Finals game on Tuesday?
No, I didn't.
Did you see the Beats commercial with Sha'Carri Richardson?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay, well the song that was played was one of the songs from Kanye's new album.
Was it all right?
I mean, the beat and the literally like the 30 seconds, it seemed like it's nice. I've always said this, you know
hopefully
me.
Kanye does he's kind of like Taylor Swift. Like when he goes wrong in a relationship, he comes out with a decent album.
Someone
Hopefully.
I can't remember who the artist was, but the artist that I guess heard it, they were kind of like, yo, I think we got old Kanye back. But
nice college dropout Kanye.
They kind of said that about Life of Pablo, and then Life of Pablo came out, which is still a very good album.
Yeah.
He had one song where he was really like the old Kanye because he scrapped the other songs. It just was like, yeah, I'm not putting it on there on the album.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, if it's not out now, it'll be out at midnight.
Okay.
Definitely if you got Apple Music. It's called Donda, so I think named after his mother.
Jeez. Okay. So now he wants some more than his mother? Is that what's going on finally? Is that finally what's going to happen? Are we going to get like...
It's an evil world we live in.
Decent Kanye back now? Because he's finally mourning his mother after losing his wife?
Oh, man. Yeah. Kanye. That'll wrap it up here for our sports free zone. Before we get to our Reddit topic of the week, you mentioned it to me and we forgot to talk about it. Maria Taylor.
Yeah.
No longer with ESPN after the NBA Finals, and she has already found a job. It was rumored that she was going to be with Amazon's new like sports channel, but she's moved on to NBC and will be covering the Summer Olympic Games.
Wow, already, son?
Yes. Yes.
Yo.
So my honorary champ of the week is Maria Taylor.
Wow.
Securing the bag.
Yeah, because damn, how you literally leave the NBA Finals and you go right to the biggest sport in the world. Biggest thing in the world. That's crazy.
Black girl magic right there.
I still want to know how NBC still has the Olympic stuff though.
I mean, I believe that contract that they had is ridiculously long.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the reason why the Olympics are still going on with all this COVID. Like, yo, we paid for this thing. We gotta get this going. You know.
Jeez.
Or the IOC, and the IOC's like, nah, we gotta get this going. We gotta pay these people back if we don't.
Right.
We've already spent this money. We can't pay it back.
And then they don't have no fans at all.
Yeah, no fans.
It's literally the bubble. The bubble.
All right, our Reddit topic of the week. Thad, you found an interesting meme, and I'm gonna put it up here.
Yeah, put it up there.
Those, so you all can see it. It was about the 2013 NFL draft, and actually, that is the wrong screen that I have up there. So let me get the correct one up there.
Black Adam Schefter.
Yep. And it was about the 2013 NFL draft, specifically the first round.
Yeah.
Got some interesting names there. And the meme says, how many busts do you see?
Yeah.
How many busts do you see? It's quite a bit on this list. Quite a bit on this list.
You know, the funny thing is, when I thought about it, I was like, why don't I just look at the non-bust and then just subtract?
Oh man! So who are
like
the stars or sleepers of this draft?
The sleepers, D-Hop.
Yeah.
D-Hop.
I mean, he was good, but I don't think people thought he was going to be this good.
I don't know. I guess Tyler Eifert. Before he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Eifert was like, what's his name now, for a few good seasons, even though he was on the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say one person that
maybe
is,
Kenny Vaccaro.
I mean, he's still playing. He's still playing at a decent level. Yeah. I would say one of the sleepers, and I'm not just saying this because it's from my favorite team.
They are the Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
The reason why I say this is because when he was drafted at 31, and that's Travis Frederick, people were kind of like, who? Why? Right. Like, why are you getting this guy? Like, what is he going to do for your team? And he was a very good player until he got the Guillain-Barré syndrome. And then he came back and he still was facing some other injuries. And he just was like, you know what? I got my money. I'm done. But I think he is a sleeper in the first round. Jeez, there's a lot of reaches in this draft. And the biggest reach was, you know who I'm thinking about is the biggest reach.
Eric Fisher?
No, because I think Eric Fisher is still.
Biggest. No, he's still there. He's one of my guys.
Yeah, he's a star when it comes. Even though he's an offensive lineman, he's a star. I would say. The biggest reach is EJ Manuel, because I can't say EJ Manuel's a bust, because coming out of college, I don't think anyone thought he was going to really be good in the pros. So a bust is when you think they're going to be good, they come in with the hype, and then they just don't perform. EJ Manuel, it was like, why is he drafted? Why was he drafted in the first round? He was the only quarterback to be drafted in the first round in a draft where, it's funny saying this years later, Geno Smith was the best quarterback in that draft, or coming into the draft was the best quarterback prospect. Isn't that weird saying?
Yeah, but remember,
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is Ohio State, so you already knew that was going to be a failure.
Geno Smith didn't go to Ohio State. He went to West Virginia.
Close enough. It's that close. You know what I'm saying? Him and Tavon Austin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a man. Looking back now, it's a reach.
Yeah.
And that was part of the RG3 trade. Do you remember that?
RG3 trade to who?
Remember?
For the pick.
Yeah, that was part of the.
Yeah.
And actually, right. I'm sorry, the pick.
Yeah, it was to the Rams. Yeah.
Yes.
Good old.
And then
Jeff
the Rams
Fisher.
Somehow, I can't remember how it went, because obviously Washington made the playoffs, so I can't remember how it played out, but it was still, that was one of the picks. I think Washington got that pick from someone else, and then traded that pick, and it ended up, I don't know, I can't really remember how it played out. I just know Tavon Austin is somehow related to that trade.
Yeah.
Some bust, man. Luke Jokel, is he in the league anymore?
I don't think he is.
I'm gonna look that up.
He wasn't terrible, or am I thinking of Luke Kichelli?
He is no longer in the league.
Catchley, or you know who I'm talking about.
He played 2
Carolina
seasons in the league.
He only played 2?
Luke Jokel. Jeez.
Only 2?
That's what. Hold on. Let me double check. He played 50 games, so more than 2, but 50 games.
Okay.
He played 5.
So that's 3 years.
So 5. Well, hold on. 5. He played 5 his rookie year. 16 and started 16. 2014.
Okay. So
2015 he played 14 and started 14. 2016 he played 4 games, started 4. And in 2017, 11 games, started 11, and then's been out the league. So basically, when he's played, he's been a starter. But
he only been out the league 2 years, but I'm sure it's because of injury.
Yeah,
he missed so many. That's crazy. He probably said, "You know what? I'm done," just because of the injury stuff.
Deion Jordan is another one.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
He was a linebacker, I believe. Came out of Oregon. Yeah. And actually, he's a free agent right now. He was in the league not too long ago, but
okay.
I mean, he played with the 49ers last year, but that was such a high draft pick. Ezekiel Ansah at number 5. Whew.
Wow.
Another reach. DJ Fluker, where is he?
Jeez.
I don't even know if he's still in the league. I think, you know what? I think he still is in the league. He is on the Miami Dolphins roster right now, and he played with the Ravens last year, so he's still playing.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be drafted in the first round, the 11th pick, I don't see any Pro Bowls. So, yeah, it's not really good. Not really good.
I didn't realize the Vikings had so many damn picks in this first round.
Now, they did do well with the Xavier Rhodes pick.
Yeah. Is that Cordell Patterson, or is that somebody else?
Yeah, Cordarrelle Patterson, yep. And Sharif Floyd. And Sharif Floyd, he started out like okay. But I feel like things didn't really
pan out
all the way. Like, he never reached his potential. He only played 5 years in the league. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 5 years in the league. First round pick, but it was the 23rd overall pick. He only had 9 sacks. 9.5. 95 total tackles. That's one season performance from a good, like a decent player.
Right.
Yikes. That was bad. Now Eric Reed was in this, and Eric Reed, I believe, lived up to the hype. And the only reason he's not in the league is due to his social justice stance.
Is that the reason why? Because he did play.
He played, but I think it was.
I thought it was he got injured again.
So he did get injured, but that was then kind of used against him. Like, okay, well, now he has the injury. We got to. Because I believe he can still play. Like, I don't think he's, like, washed. Like, even when he was playing, he was one of the better safeties in the league. Like, he was definitely above average, I would say. And I don't know. He didn't play last season. Now, also last season, I should probably double check. It was COVID also. So that's another caveat to really think of.
Yeah, because he was a free agent.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So. Yeah, midway through the 2020 season, he was offered an opportunity to reunite. I remember with Washington. Remember that was like halfway through the year. That was a possibility that he could have played for Washington under Ron Rivera.
He turned us down.
How did we not get to this pick? Bjorn Warner. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea who that is.
I have no idea who that is. Mm-mm. So just because I'm going to say he wasn't that good. And it does say he's a former player. So already out the league. Jeez, he only played 2013, 14, and 15. 81 total tackles, 6.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. Okay, now I remember. He went to Florida State. I remember him. Now, that is a bad pick. Desmond Trufant was playing well, but then the injuries caught up to him. D. Milner. Ooh, do you remember that name, BigThad?
That name does sound familiar.
I believe he went to Alabama.
That'll do it.
I believe. Yep, went to Alabama. Went to Alabama. He played with the Jets for 4 years, 2013 to 16.
That would make anybody a bust.
Yeah, going to the Jets. He had 63 tackles, 19 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions in 4 seasons as a defensive back that came out of Alabama.
Yep.
That ain't good. That ain't good. Anything else to say of any of these draft picks before we get out of here?
Barkevius Mingo's still there.
Yeah, he was on a team until the unfortunate allegations that came up last week. So
we might have to just call him a bust. Might just have to call him a bust.
I would say this: that pick. Yeah, I would. No, he's a bust because people did expect him to be as good as his 6th overall selection. Right. So yes, I would have to say he's a bust. Yes, he may still have. He was still in the league, but still a bust in my opinion.
I got you.
Yep. Before we get out of here, BigThad, any news broke since we started recording?
Oh, let me check real quick.
I don't see anything on my end when it comes to sports. Don't see
Hopkins, Dabo.
Here's one. The Rays, Tampa Bay Rays, are finalizing a deal to acquire slugger Nelson Cruz from the Twins.
A 4-player trade.
Also, other news, Bobby Bowden has pancreatic cancer, according to his son, Terry Bowden. Family announced Wednesday that he has had terminal medical condition for a little while. So, the very unfortunate news for Bobby Bowden, his family, and the Florida State Seminole community. BigThad, man, I want to thank you for everything.
Hold on. Real quick. Boston College helped a player transfer after the player declined getting the COVID-19 vaccine. So the whole team is vaccinated. The one player said he's not getting vaccinated. They helped him get a transfer to another school.
Hey. They could have just, kudos to them. They could have just been like, yeah, we just taking your scholarship.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm not advocating for taking the scholarship. I'm just saying they could have done that.
Right.
BigThad, I want to thank you for everything that you do. I want to thank everyone who tuned into the live stream. Shout out to our guy, Derek
Jordan.
Make sure you go check him out for his podcast, What the F is Happening. And
we got to get Juanito back, Chrissy back for that.
Juancito.
Yo, you know why? I was listening to freaking Kevin Hart, their podcast, and they were talking about this guy named Juanito, and but yeah, we gotta get cousin Juancito back. And we gotta get cousin Chrissy back because we got a dating joint that we gotta talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Let's hold that. Yeah, let's
we need that messy stuff, man. We gotta get some messy stuff back again.
Yep. Shout out to OSS 980, Soggy Nachos, Shut Your Face, Guys Unpack Podcast, 4th and 13. Shout out to Erica Fernandez. Grady Diaz. She's in Tokyo for the Summer Games.
Oh, that's dope.
I'll have to probably repost what she posted on the Instagram page. Very interesting video showcasing Kevin Durant and his very interesting side of him.
Oh, it's not that the one with Bam, is it? Not
Yeah, that one with Bam.
Oh, that joint. Well, Mo, when he called, you heard him call him Mo, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I'm glad he's from there, and then sometimes I'm like, geez, he's from there.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, man. Thank you everyone.
Yes, sir.
For tuning in. Until next time, Sports Reality. Peace.